Breakthrough 8 just hit. It came with a lot of cool new features and progression that you don't want to fall behind on or miss out. So let's break it down. And let's start off with my favorite thing, the new store Lucky Money, baby, because it's time to get some juicy rewards. Here you'll get some fire currency that allow you to purchase items such as lingering melodies, inner way chests, and a resonating melody. Even a bullhead for all you thick-headed people out there. This one would be perfect for you. To get the money, you just click Future Beyond Parlor, click Matchmaking, and you'll also get bonus money by completing the weekly quests and event quests in here that will allow you to buy items from the shop. Next up, growth benefits. Do not skip on this. It's free, and most importantly, it gives you a lot of loot. From money, more money and rocks. Money and rocks again. Boy, we're just living it up. My God, never been so rich in my life. Inner way chests, and finally, more inner way chests and rocks. Basically, everything a man can dream of. Plus, it'll give you stored XP if you want to level up more quickly. You'll also have the Dawn of Dust, your daily quest down here at the bottom, as I know some will definitely miss that, as I always do. The Great Faceologist is now live. Here you can claim rewards, get special items, and, enter in the contest. We have things from a selfie of me, the Goblin, to SpongeBob SquarePants, to Yoda himself. Honestly, the entire cast is playing in this one, and I say go with it. Vote up whatever you like. Do the quest rewards here as well, as they give you bonus loot. And who doesn't love free things? Poison is incredibly important, especially after Breakthrough 8. For the poison's main ability, it will delete the enemy's chi, plus we'll get an additional damage on our parry. So stay tuned for that. Here, look at the red bar versus the blue bar, and watch how much faster it depletes. It's actually kind of insane, and this will just make poison the king for solo content and doing no-hit runs in the Abyssal Trial, as getting those fast parries up is essential. Now I want to talk about fire, as it's just better for overall damage, as consecutive attacks trigger an additional explosion. Now that we have fire equipped, you should notice that his health bar will be going down at a faster rate than the chi bar did with the poison. This is a big trade-off when switching between both elements, like a true airbender. But personally, I think if you want to do anything like raids or dungeons and be top damage, fire is just generally better, as especially with weapons like the strategic sword and the twin blades that hit a lot, that consecutive explosion is just too good to pass up. By the way, if you guys want to see the parry damage difference between the poison and the fire, there you go. Now let me show you how to get max power in Breakthrough 8. First, let's talk about Enhancement. Extremely important. Increases attack, HP, everything a man could dream of. You want to prioritize your weapons and jewelry first, always number 1. Number 2 is going to be your armor and pants, as this gives you HP and defends, where your helmet and hands are just have max HP. Who knows why, but they just ain't got the dog in them. After your enhancement is leveled up, you're going to need these course first in order to increase it. Right now you'll have life supply box, but you're able to hunt deer at the bottom of the map. At this point, you are going to start needing a lot of farming materials, as up to this stage in the game I've always had extra after fully upgrading my enhancement and all my gear, but this time all my materials are bone dry. So I hate farming as much as the next guy, but I would highly recommend doing a bit of farming throughout the week. So just hunting some elk here and there or collecting flowers would be a huge help to your character's progression. You can also buy the items from the general good vendor on the left hand side of the starting area. Just buy what I have, you'll pretty much need it. The Kai Fong vendor, the most important vendor you'll ever meet. Here you'll have the Jade Tower Penny, the Hollyhock, and Jasmine, a bunch of extra materials you will once again need for your character, so go ahead and lock it up. Also, bonus tip, if you don't want to be forced to travel around. You can purchase the 14 Canadian dollar battle pass. I'm sure it's much cheaper in the United States currency or euros, but you know, Canada, we don't got good currency over here, man. Like, it's bad. But this one will allow you to use the portable merchant, and you know, quality of life is quality of life. Next up on our to-do list, you'll have the arsenal. Here, make sure you put all your old gear in here, tune it up, make sure it's as high as humanly possible. Bonus tip, you can click an item in here and actually tune it in this menu. So gear details, then tuning, I can level it up inside this inventory. This is actually very important, as in the arsenal, mastery rules all. Nothing as important as this number value. So if you have a high level role that you weren't using, that's not part of your set, you can actually upgrade it if you want, if you have spare materials, and put it inside here, and this will increase the value, giving us more HP, more survivability, and most importantly, I love making more mistakes. Next up, we'll have the bag, aka gear. Here, you'll have a lot of different items you want to level up and tune. This, you can click recycling and, you know, delete all your old gear at this point. It's pretty much useless. In order to pick which gear you should be leveling up, I would save the highest level mastery for my arsenal when eventually our breakthrough comes in 10 more days. But while fighting, it's more important to have perks. So if you get a role that has a recommended and it's purple, but it's slightly lower mastery, even by, let's say, like 10, like this spear to these dual blades, it's completely worth it to use the lower mastery if it has a recommended perk with purple on top of it. That's really good. And if you have a legendary boy, just go full all in, tune it up, and pray to God RNG is on your side and rolls in absolute beauty like this one did with 4 legendaries. I love it. They call me McDonald's for a reason. Now, in order to get gear, what's the most efficient way to spend our energy and, you know, our time? Well, if you want to level as fast as possible, Still Shores or all these campaign missions are very good, as they allow us to get our set while giving us, you know, tips, chests, but more importantly, a lot of XP. You clear this 4 or 5 times, you're pretty much max level, and you don't have to do any of the extra grinding. Now, if you want the most efficient way to get gear though, you'll have to head into Wandering Path, challenges, and do the Hero's Realm, and do the weekly raid. But if you've already done the weekly raid, sadly, you can't do it. But the best way to get overall purple gear will be the Sword Trial. Here, you'll have the tier 61 path chest that gives you a phenomenal amount of loot, better than the campaign missions. The only downside of these is it takes real players, of course, and it's harder to do with worse gear. So if you want to raw dog it, second you hit 65, you can go into this. That's completely fine. But if you want to be a bit more prepared, then you can do the campaign mission. Joint battles here for Ebony Rocks. I'd recommend avoiding this until you're fully geared out, as that's much more important. We shouldn't need this extra ebony iron at this point, so you can skip this until later down the week. Next up, it's time to talk about weapons, as these should be max level 65, but now levels are getting extremely hard to come by. Like, I mean, I'm over here begging for Asgold to take a shower over here. That is the difficulty of getting your weapons leveled up at this point. They'll take 18 might tips, which is quite the astounding amount, and 5 wolf freight weights. I went through all my materials and I only was able to grab 3 weapons at level 65. And I play this game every day. Yes, I have a problem, but for the more casuals, this is when your build starts to really matter. Time to stop having fun. Having 4 different girlfriends and 4 different weapons, it's time to lock down that relationship and pick 2. That's the best I can give you. A very cool thing, by the way, is our inner way change. Here, we got a new custom swap chest with 600 additional buys. Now that, boys, is prime real estate. The best part is these are actually better than the current ones, as these are more specialized with the draws. Meaning you should definitely be buying these up first. Don't forget to talk to my boy Baji. He's a real one. Like all of you who like and subscribe. Here you'll be able to get another 10 max vitality. This is crucial because it unlocks another Mythic skill called Dragon's Head. Now, is this best in the slot? No, but hey, it's a cool new ability. Who doesn't love cool new things? I know I do. But hands down, the best things will still be Drunken Poet, Dragon's Breath, and Soaring Spin. Sad thing is, this patch we do not get the ability to upgrade our Mythic breakthroughs to tier 4. Therefore, we're hardlocked once again, and as you can see, that fruit cost is looming over me like last night's nightmare. 18 upgrade, meaning at minimum your build is going to need 150 fruit. So it's time to get the bags, it's time to get the food, and it's time to start picking, as that's gonna be a battle more hard than Consort Radon was in Elden Ring. God save us all. By the way, this is the new zone if you guys are curious. The world boss is somewhere in this area if you're going to be looking for her, as she is. We also get the new dungeon, Heaven Fall, where we get to fight the fish boss that we've seen previously. And you'll have 2 blue note bags over here, the River of Fury. And we'll get another one on the left hand side here, an Unnatural Omen. Pretty cool, plus the outpost, so a lot of stuff to explore, and honestly I can't wait to dive into it all. Something else you should be focusing on if you have any downtime this week, well, it's going to be your schools. You want to start leveling up your schools as much as possible at this point by doing the challenges over here on the right hand side. Just read them if you have downtime. Highly recommend picking these up, as I do believe these are seasonal, and you want to be able to, well, complete them all before the season ends. These give you really good rewards, such as 100 Echo Jades and 20 Inner Way chests per tier that you complete. So I still have 5 tiers left. That's a lot of upgrading material you don't want to miss out on, and if you do, you might be kicking yourself in the booty later down the line. Something else you should be stocking up on is the Taping Mausoleum, as here you can finally complete everything all the way up to level 10. Same with Divine Challenges. By the way, make sure you are claiming your rewards, as these give you a lot of money. Like, this is pretty much where my entire bank account comes from, is right here. You can also click this button, Taping Book and Sword, and get a cool icon. By the way, cool bonus tip, if you guys want a skin, you can come over to the casual co-op and do a prison break and adventure here. Participate, you have to win 3 times and you'll get a cool skin. If you're a real one, like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitch, come by the live streams. If you have any questions, I answer everything there. And check out this video if you want more help